Hello, welcome back. Today I have a video about how to Europe starter pack. So if you're from another part of the world that is not European, so in my case I'm Australian, and if you come from another country and you want to experience all that Europe has to offer, the aspiring opera singer and the young and emerging artist opera singer, I would really recommend, especially if you're recipient of scholarships or financial assistance, is to do what I call a dipping your toe in the water trip before you pack up all of your stuff and move to the other side of the world. So what I recommend typically for singers who ask me about this is that you go and you do either a language course or a summer school. So pick a country that you want to study in. Say you want to go to Austria and you want to do a German course and you want to do a summer school. So find a really good summer school. If you are looking in Austria, I can really recommend Ames in Graz, which is an American-run summer school, but it's set in Austria and there's plenty of German lessons involved in that as well. So there's another video where I'll go into more detail about summer schools. But I really recommend this because you go for a period of time. So in the case of Ames in Graz, that goes for 5-6 weeks, which is an intense time. So you're there, you'll meet agents, you meet, of course, heaps of other singers, and you build your networks, which is super, super important, and you study language. So German or Italian would be the languages I recommend the most highly because they're the most useful at the moment, and probably always will be the most useful as a singer in particular. And yes, you can also get a feel for living in another country and decide if you want to keep doing it, if you want to keep living in another country and that it's something that you can do, because not everyone does that. They come and they think, actually, I hate this. I really want to go home. I really want to do something else. I want to be a musician in my hometown, in my home city, my home country, because I need to be closer to my family and my friends. That's completely fine. That is completely fine. You will not know that until you come. So there's either that or there's people who come like, yep, I want to stay for whatever, 10 years, 2 years, 5 years, see how I go, and then call it quits. And then there are some people who come and they're like, I love this, I'm never leaving. So these are all totally valid options. But I really recommend that you give yourself the opportunity to try something shorter before you go and you're there for ever and ever and ever. The other option you can do is to go for a degree directly, so undergraduate, postgraduate, whatever you like. This is a really good option because degrees in particular in Germany, if you decide to study there, are very, very cheap, also for international students. So as an Australian, my undergraduate degree was really expensive by, I suppose, international worldwide standards. But for me, the cost of studying in the EU is much, much cheaper than it would be at home. So I did my postgraduate degree in Europe and it was 4,000 euros, which for a European is a lot. But for me, I just thought that was very easy to deal with. So because the same degree for me would cost in excess of 30,000 Australian dollars, which is about 23,000 euros right now. So yeah, do your own maths with your own currency on that one if you want to know what it is. I can't tell you what it is in USD. I'm really sorry. So yes, I really recommend that. And if you're not going to go for, a bachelor's degree, then yes, just a straight language course instead of a summer school is also really good. So you could go to a city in Germany that isn't too expensive, or a city in Germany that has lots of coaches, for example. Go to the Goethe Institute and do 2 to 4 weeks of intensive German and do your coachings and auditions around that as well. So typically with the intensive courses, they go from sort of 8 a.m. until 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is great because then you've got sort of 2 to 6 to go and see your coaches or do an audition or whatever you like in that time, in those working hours. So that's also an extremely useful option. And of course, as with all of these things, it's really important to have a built-in social life when you go, because if you're going by yourself and you just go and you're just sitting in a bedsit or an Airbnb by yourself, you'll just be like, why did I do this? I hate myself. What am I doing? Unless you're a hermit, which is completely fine. But the benefit of going to do a language course or a summer school or even a competition and organizing all of these things around the competition as well is that you meet people. And that's super, super important. That's very essential to you having a good time and enjoying your experience. So yeah, The last thing I wanted to say on this video, sorry, I made the desk tremble just then. The last thing I want to say is learning a language is extremely hard and it's exhausting. So take lots of naps, especially if you're there in the winter. All right, see you in the next video.